All right, boys, in this video, we're going over 10 perfect setups. Now, why in the world are we doing this? Well, if we want to make millions in the stock market, we have to study past winners so that when we see them in real time, we'll know exactly how to trade them and profit millions off of them in the long run. So let's go ahead and get into this. Save these to your database. Now let's get started. First up, we have NNDM. This was in 2020. So this stock seemed like a pump and dump right here. Now, some of you might have said, oh, you could take this setup, which is right here. But in my opinion, you just don't know whether it's going to just get dumped right back down or actually start an uptrend. But as we can see, it did start an uptrend right here, and then it starts to get even crazier. This stock just keeps moving. Now, you could have entered right here. It was a little loose for me. I would not have taken this setup, but you could have if you were feeling risky. This is where I would have loved to enter this stock. We have a clear uptrend. All the moving averages are heading straight up, 45-degree angle, as Chris says. The 200 is moving up, and then it starts to get very tight right here. I mean, look at that last day, right in between the resistance line and the 10-day. Absolutely beautiful. Gaps up, and it is off to the races. So, not a bad trade. As you can see, you would have made, let's check right here. You would have made a nice, 50% gain before it closed below the 10-day, or maybe right here. Yeah, 50% gain. So, pretty good trade from NNDM. Add that to your notebooks. All right, and next we have RIOT. So, this was a crypto miner stock, and as we can see, crypto was hot back in 2020, 2021. So this thing starts off, it makes a very nice couple of moves here. It still was too choppy for me. I would not have wanted to enter right here, but some of you would have. But this is when it gets interesting for me. This would have been nice if it had a couple more days and got very tight, but it didn't wait around. It went straight up. So let's continue to see what happened here. This is where it would have got very nice, and I would have loved to take a setup here. So as we can see, this thing made a huge move, and then it comes back down, bounces above the 50, gets tight right here. I mean, look at that last day. Very, very tight. Puts in a little range right here that it's, respecting through these days. And then it gaps up, gives us a very clean entry, and you would have made a very nice profit on this stock. If you would have got in here, you would have made around 100% at close below the 10-day. But if you'd have sold up here, it would be 140, 150%. Very nice trade. 5-star setup in my opinion. All right, now we have CFMS way back in 2018, 2019. So this thing is continuing the downtrend, and then all of a sudden it wakes up. We get some huge volume after earnings, and it makes a very juicy, around 300% move. Then it starts to pull back, as you can see, and starts putting in a range. Now, you could have taken it on this day, potentially, but I would have, because it got very tight right before that, but I would have waited to take it this day, and you would have been in a nice setup that made a very, very nice move. So this thing just kind of went straight up and then closed around 100% above the 10-day. So very nice move from CFMS. And if I recall, this stock just continued to set up. This was another fantastic setup right here. This thing got super tight and made another move, another chance for you to make some money. And it just kept kind of flagging and running. So yeah, not so bad. Really nice setups right here and here. All right, here we have HOV at the very start of 2020, and this thing puts a nice little short term. It only had about a week of consolidation, but the days were very tight right there, so you could have entered there potentially, but this is when I would have liked to enter this stock. So we have a clear kind of line of resistance around this area, and then the day before, it gets very tight right here, very tight. You see how it jumps up in between the 10-day and the line of resistance. That seems to be a common trend with some of these. And then great reaction to earnings, beautiful. And this thing was very good. Continued to run from around $60 up to $100, so around a 62% gain there. Very nice. Next, we have Neon. So this one made a move off the bottom, and you know me, I do not like to get involved in these trades whenever they're close to, below the 200-day, or they're not in a clear uptrend. I want a clear, clean uptrend to make a really nice setup, but we get that later on right here. As you can see, this stock is just flat, then wakes up, comes back down, and this range was absolutely beautiful. I mean, it was a long couple of week consolidation, got super tight, and then a clean gap up on huge volume, and you might would have got stopped out the next 2 days. But so that was a little tough, but if you continued to watch it, it just continued to get tight again right at the 10-day, so it should have been right back on your watch list. Now, something I want y'all to realize, it's sometimes they can look very choppy, but if it's like the first leg up, you have to kind of think about it in context, because when you look at it like this, it looks very clean. It got really tight down here. It had a very clean breakout day, and so this thing made a very good move. You know, it was up around 80% in like 2-3 days, and then closed below the 10-day at 35%. It continued to have kind of another setup here, which was nice, and you would have got a little bit more percentages there. But overall, Neon was a pretty good setup and a great trade. And next we have VXRT. This thing starts picking up volume out of nowhere here at the end of 2019. And then as we can see, the tightness comes right back. Look at that. Beautiful. Now you could have taken it here, but you probably would have got stopped out the next day, which is very tough. But that was a really clean setup regardless. But it gives us another chance. This thing goes absolutely wild, but it starts getting very, very tight right at the 50-day and then breaks out cleanly and makes another good move. So if you would have caught this move, you would have made around 50%, even higher if you sold before that. And this thing just continued to be pretty tight until this day here. Now this one was tough. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I probably would not have caught this in my current stage of trading right now, but it did get very, very tight. Like it would have looked choppy, but golly, this was beautiful. And so it broke out that day and just went absolutely ham. And this is a setup I definitely would have called, I would like to think, because it's beautiful. One of these fast movers. It goes from $3 up to, $14, 400% move in 2 or 3 days. Comes back down. This probably looks really good on the 4-hour or hourly, and then makes another move. So this would have netted you around 58% gain again. But if you were following our sell rules here, you would have had around 80% gain on half your position. So very nice trade, VXRT. And next we have Beam from way back in 2020. So this stock, I'm actually in this stock right now, so hopefully it can work some of this magic again. But if we look and see, this thing made a very nice move, pretty much doubled through here. It is above this kind of previous range that it was in. And it starts to get a little tight right here, and it's making this range looking very nice. A little bit of a shakeout, back and forth, but this was incredible. I mean, this thing went straight up after that, and you would have made from this point around an 89% gain to close below the 10-day, and even further than that before it pulled back. But this thing continued to go after that, which is very nice. So yeah, very nice move from Beam. I'm hoping this thing can pull it off again, because we are in this stock, some of the boys from the Discord too. But yeah, if you guys have not joined the Discord or not signed up for the newsletter, they're completely free and it's tons of value. We're all learning in there together, so come join the tribe. Link in the description. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we have VFF from 2019, the very start. Now, these are something I'm trying to learn and work on. I'm trying to get better at buying these really fast stocks that move straight off the 10-day. So let's take a look at this one right here. First off, we get some huge volume coming in, and this stock makes a very nice move from $3 all the way up to $7. It then gets very tight through this range here, and it is just bouncing straight off that 10-day, 2 tight days. Like, I would love to see more consolidation, but some of the best movers don't give time to do that. They just run. So I'm trying to get better at catching these. But I like how it got tight for 2 days, then it gaps out of the range, giving us a very good entry, and this thing made a very nice move. So if we would have caught it here, it would have been 100%. So you would have doubled your money on this bad boy. But yeah, very nice move. Here we have another example of what I was just talking about, and this is JUMIA. So this thing goes from $2 up to $8, so it's definitely a leader. This stock is making crazy moves. And then we get a very huge day right here. Huge green day on big volume the next day, and it comes down, bounces off the 10-day, and puts in a tight range, kind of like that. So we need to get good at identifying these setups as well so we don't miss them. And this thing went straight up right off the 10-day, and then it just continued to run. So you would have made a very nice double on this position too, up even higher than that, 170% near the top. But we would have sold right here for a 100% gain on our position. Next we have EXPI. Now this thing was absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So this is the first point where you could have gotten in. Like I said, I do not like to buy until there's a clean, kind of clear uptrend, but this was right at this resistance point, so you could have got in around here. But this is the setup that I would have loved to see. So this thing makes a big move, comes back, starts to 10-day for a little bit, fails that, bounces right off the 20, and then gets tight again right there on this day. Now you could have bought this day or the next one, but I wish we would have had one more tighter day. But honestly, you just can't complain with these. And man, it was very good setup. There was another one you could have taken right there, potentially a little bit of shorter consolidation, but still a good entry. And this thing was just running and running. And so we got around 135% before the close below 10-day. Absolutely incredible. So I hope this video helped you guys so we can really start recognizing these setups in real time and making some serious freaking money. So if you haven't joined our tribe of people learning how to trade for absolutely free, guys, I don't sell nothing, check the description for my weekly watch list and join us in the Discord. I'd love to see you guys there. I'll see you in the next video.